NTI Midweek Mindset with Sluggy Dan.
Join the conversation live on Hott 95.3 FM, Facebook, and Instagram.
Cause you're never too good to get better.
Sure, you're all sweet for TV as well, for the internet. Now we have someone here with Dario Scott and an interpreter. Can you please introduce yourself? You might start her with the mic, please. Turn the mic to her, please. Thank you. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. My name is Joy, and I'll be Dario's interpreter this evening.
Okay, thank you so much for coming. And first, I must start off asking Dario how is he doing this evening before we go into all the
I'm good
stuff. Oh, you good? Good. So you ready for this convo this evening?
Yes, sure.
That we're talking about, man. We must say yes, sure. Big up.
By the way, we are live, like Sluggy said, live on NTI's Instagram.
Yes.
What's the handle again?
NTI Star B and Star with 2 R's.
Right.
NTI STARRBAJAN.
Correct. We're also live on HOTT 95.3 FM on IG as well. So yeah, log on. It's a very interesting conversation in here this evening.
No, for sure. But Dario say he's good, Scott. So we can go on. We can jump straight into the fire. Once we know he's good, anything can happen after, because that's most important thing. If Dario ain't good, we ain't getting out of this interview. So Dario, you ready? Good. No, I heard Scott write out in his bio that this journey that he's on now, the business he's on now, only started after a project with NCSA. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
What about this project inspired Dario to carry on even after that project?
So, we first did a short PSA, about 30 seconds to 1 minute. All the actors were deaf persons, and we felt really good. We really enjoyed it. We enjoyed the teamwork. They taught us how to do everything we had to do, the filming, the acting, and also the person who was teaching us, his name is Ramat.
Ramat, shout outs to Ramat, man. Big ups, Ramat. Yeah, good man, doing lots of work. Sorry, carry on. Just have to do that plug.
So he taught us how to do filming and a whole list of things in the area of videography for about 6 months. And it really helped us to learn, and I truly enjoyed it. After the 6 months, did I say, okay, that'll be it? No. I continued, and I decided for myself I am going to practice using the camera, and I will review the paper that the teacher gave us during class, look through it, to help me to learn more.
Yes.
And also I did research on YouTube. All of the videos I watched, there were people who speak, hearing people. Some of it went over my head, but I still tried to pay attention and learn what I could. I also used closed captions on the video to help me to understand.
No.
I started using the cell phone to do videography, and then in about 2018, my first job, I flew to the island of Trinidad for a deaf wedding.
Oh.
That was my first time filming a wedding by myself.
In
And
2018?
It was really enjoyable.
2018, you said? 2018?
Yes, that was in 2018.
Oh, and this young gentleman get on a plane, an aeroplane, and flew to Trinidad on his own, or he had an assistant? How did this go? I like this story.
I did it all by myself. I'm
Wow.
independent. Because I already experienced before flying on my own. My family would worry, oh no, he's deaf, I'm really concerned, and I'll tell them, think positive, I can do it, I am independent. So I will do it, and then it helped them to lessen their worries, and everything was fine.
No, I love that. Before he started on this journey, they had to notify the persons, the airline before.
You mean if you had to notify them that he was a deaf passenger?
Yes, please.
So I told them that I'm deaf, and what they did was to contact an assistant, just to help like lead the way through
I love
the
that.
process.
Yes, please.
I had to accept it, so I accepted it patiently.
Yeah.
And I followed them.
What about
I
them?
already knew what to do, but I just followed patiently.
You.
And then I sat and I waited until they informed that the plane had arrived and it's time to go into the lounge. I myself filled out the forms, and the person said everything good, and they used some gestures to communicate with me. And then when I arrived, same thing, I had an assistant, and they asked me some brief questions, and it was all good, and I was ready to leave the airport. I didn't have any serious problems. It was just some assistance from the airport staff, and everything was cool.
No, I love that. I love that. No, the feeling of your first gig after you embark on a course, Scott. No, Scott, even if everything good with you, and I know you experienced this already, so have I. That's why I love this conversation. Even when everything is okay, Scott,
Right.
going away to gig for the first time.
Ooh, nerves.
Good. Scott, like that, like that experience, right? I can ask you a question. Then I want to ask him, you as an able-bodied man, I want you to speak about your experience getting on the plane and going to do business, not
Right.
pleasure. Cause no, you experience it both, and it's nowhere near the
Completely
same.
different.
Like going away for business is nothing like pleasure. Don't care how much days you got to breathe. No, your experience as an able-bodied person, Scott, a learned person, going to do business for the first time, going through your mind before you land.
Listen,
what was most important to you?
It's not easy. Let me say that first off. Beer pressure, beer stress. Of course, you're thinking about everything that could possibly go wrong.
Now, I didn't want to say.
Suppose to get on here and flop now. Suppose this don't come off the way I expect it to come off.
Bro, I didn't want to say, you know what I mean? But me know, especially going on tour, I'd be like, everything gotta be intact.
Yeah,
You understand me,
perfect.
NTI? Like, everything gotta be good. No, I want Dario to tell us what was most important to him on this business trip.
What exactly do you mean? Can you expand on that?
Was the clients more important? Was the experience for you more important? Was the execution of your job more important?
Okay, so I was thinking the wedding is very important. Some person explained some details to me. I didn't have all the equipment I needed, so someone gave me some, and then I was ready to fly to Trinidad. It was important that I made sure I filmed that person getting married and the person giving the wedding speech, and not to miss anything. Because I've experienced filming before. I have an idea of what to do. And I tried my very best to do the filming. That is very important. Not to miss any signs, not to miss the message, to be able to capture the audio and what was happening, and focus on all that was going on, and be friendly, and the interactions among the persons, to capture it all.
Oh, nice. Nice. Thanks for that explanation. Because I was wondering if it's someone or a couple married, and have disabilities, deaf, whatever, how important it would be to capture all these signs. But Dario mentioned that because I would envision is far different. So capturing these signs. Thanks for answering that question. My next thing is, I heard you work on a film, with actors, and all the actors was deaf.
Yes.
How did that project come about, and how did you go about finding these actors that were all deaf?
So Rama, the teacher, he played a part, and also someone else there wrote the script. It was our first time doing something like this. We tried our best, supported one another.
Yes.
And before.
Mhm.
They showed us what to do, practice our roles and everything, and then we were ready to film it. Regardless of if mistakes were made or we felt incompetent. And then we did it again and again
You like
to
that?
help everybody to learn. And then afterward, we did editing, putting it together on the computer and making changes to the ad. So that was our first PSA.
No, I love that. I love that. There's one more question. No, Scott, we can take in a song and maybe come back. I want him to answer these two questions. How important is representation from your community to you? And I mean in all areas. Right after this song, I want you to ponder this question and answer this question for me. How important is representation from and for your community is to you, and why? After this. Farm.
Siege. Chief. Ding. A lot of things I've been through. To express myself with elements and in my centuries. What you will continue. Believe in yourself.
I got beer people here saying, oh my god, I got to learn sign language. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Observation and reality is when you can learn.
Listen, we got sign language. Let me tell you that, man.
The grass green and all, outside like a fighter. I will never give up, like I know as a fighter. My own still, my own flow, my own. To slay them people, things not meant to right up. Like they always see it, things were messing in the timing. But it doesn't pay, that's why they keep on rhyming. But I'm so every day for those who won't stop my shining. And I can see the way, you know me and see the combining. A lot of things I've been through. To express myself, I will amazing than I sing truths. What you will continue. Believe in yourself, trust the instinct that in you. Let me down when I wanted support. I stand firm on never.
It working on, Mike. It working on. Somebody said I wasn't getting on, but everything good now.
Can't stop my flow. Them can't stop my effort strong and my energy's dread.
Look at that.
You forget you feel.
Midweek Mindset coming at you with the compliments of the NTI Midweek Mindset. What's going on again over there, Sluggy?
Yes, manners and respect. Getting so many requests. Persons saying they must learn sign language, which I think is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it is.
And you all know me. I think, me personally, every child, let me say 4 or 5 years old, kindergarten, in the system, should learn sign language, no matter what country, anywhere you are.
Right. It'd probably be very easy for them to pick it up at that age too.
Yeah, but I think we should be the pilot for it start.
Yeah.
That would be good NTI. But all the course is free, but a course like this, which will help us communicate with a community that is struggle when it comes to us and them communicating.
Correct.
I do know, because you can make as much hand gestures as possible. They still have to guess what you mean exactly. Yeah. And as time go on, and as meaning of things change,
and different slangs and all sorts of things.
That you get where it came from, so it becomes more difficult now. Until if everyone learns sign language, a child in China and a child in Beirut can communicate even though they don't speak the language, and they don't even have to be deaf. You understand? But the plus is if someone is deaf, then
you got that skill.
We can communicate with them. But if every child, all of you will learn sign language, then we can all communicate and don't have to speak the same language.
Well, we're all about transforming Barbados and transforming things. So the NTI could definitely make that happen.
And nti.org.bb, Scott. nti.org.bb. We had a few technical difficulties, but that's all fixed now. Everything working great. Shout outs to Maggie on the outside. Shout outs to Lawless on the outside. Shout outs to Roz, all saying they want to do the course. They want to seek information about doing sign language. Maggie, all issues are fixed now. Barbados, all issues are fixed. nti.org.bb, and sign language course is free. All issues fixed. And if you're getting any issues, just WhatsApp Sluggy. You can put you on to anyone in NTI, or you can DM the NTIs on all social media platforms. NTI Starbajan, NTI STARRBAJAN for all social media platforms. All courses are free. No, Dario, how important is representation from your community to you, and why?
So, we persons who are deaf, hard of hearing, disabled, representation is important so that persons who are hearing can see and respect us and show support and love and care for us. Deaf persons are wonderful. We have good eyesight, we can move and use our hands. We have various skills. Cooking, hairdressing, we could be a barber, involved in photography, and then it would help other deaf persons to see, oh, this person is deaf, maybe I can also do something like this, and then it helps them to progress in life and help us all to feel better. For example, if a person has a deaf child, what you should do is from the time they're a baby, start signing with them. That is very important to help them to take in the information from the time they are young. Learn how to say mommy, learn how to talk about milk, communicate with them from very, very young. This is vital, regardless of if the child is deaf and the parent is hearing. Use sign language to help the child to progress. And the parent and the family will be proud of the child, and they will be successful in life, and they can be independent in life. Ask them what they want to do. Give them advice on how to achieve it. Be encouraging to help them to grow. For example, I'm deaf. Suppose I'm a deaf parent and I have a hearing child. Well, that would be challenging because the child is hearing and they will take in information to their ears from all about. They may not be too interested in sign language, but what is important is that if the baby is hearing, I still teach sign language from the child's youth. Discipline, explain things. It can be easy for the hearing person to ignore the signs and just listen to the voices of hearing persons around them. But it's important that they learn to accept sign language from young and coming up and be successful. Now here in Barbados, there are many deaf people who have CODAs. CODA. A CODA is the acronym for Child of a Deaf Adult or Adults. And if it's with a K, it will be like Kid of a Deaf Adult. So it is important, representation is very important.
No, I like that, and I've never even really focused on deaf persons being parents as citizens. So I know it's a thing, Scott. Like, we all know it must exist. Blind persons are parents.
Correct.
You understand? But you never really study it, how difficult.
Never thought about it either.
Like, they never really focus on it and how difficult it might be. So thank you, Dario, so much for shedding some light on that and helping persons to understand how they can navigate those struggles quite easily. Besides learning sign language, what is something else you would like to see, whether it's the country, whether it's the government, whether it's communities? What is something you would like to see us do more of to help you, besides learning sign language? And I want you to be honest with us this evening, because although you might be getting through really well, you might be experiencing struggles with your fellow brothers and sisters that are like you. You understand? So what is something you would like to see all of us do more? I don't care if it's government, community, or corporate Barbados, wherever it comes from.
Okay, so that is a good question.
Thank you.
It's important that whether a government or an organization or individual, that you be supportive to the needs of the deaf person. Have an open eye and an open mind, and listen to what the deaf person expresses. They may have a lot of tough experiences to tell about their background and how they were growing up. Listen to what they have to say, converse with them. The government should recognize Bajan Sign Language as an official language.
Yes.
The older deaf persons have a way of signing that's a little different from other deaf persons now, but it is important that it is recognized as an official language. Also, if, for example, a deaf person wants to build like an office or a structure, the government should be supportive so they can get through with it and don't have to go through the struggle of searching as a deaf person. It can be very challenging. And with that structure, then they can do what they need to do, whether it be hold meetings and what's not. The list is very long, really.
You know the list is long. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't mind. The list is long. You're not laboring us, and we absolutely enjoy having this conversation with you, Dario. So don't think of the list being too long at all. We are all ears, my brother.
Oh, can I add something else?
Of course.
Okay, fine. Many hearing persons all over Barbados still think that they still use terms that the deaf community does not like, such as hearing impaired or deaf mute or deaf and dumb, or calling them a nickname like a dummy or something like that. The deaf do not appreciate that, and they prefer to use respectful terms such as just deaf or hard of hearing or deaf blind. So I encourage all persons to please accept these terms that we view as respectful. It would be hard to show respect towards you if you do not show respect towards the deaf community.
To be honest, right? Like, I'm sure so many persons right now, you all just dropped a bomb on national radio.
Lots of people probably use those
Listen,
terms.
I'm not kidding. My phone now light up. You see me turn on the face of my phone? Like, I don't know if you all know, NTI and Starcom, I was sure what I meant. Because I work on radio too, and I work not only here but 92.9, you know what I mean? A station where all the information comes in. And this is the first time I've heard that. And I just look around the room purposely when I hear it, and I seen many other person's face light up. And how my phone is responding, you all just dropped a bomb on radio this evening. Repeat again what your community finds offensive, Scott, before we end, because I know that's a bomb, Scott. I didn't know your phone can go crazy too.
It's already vibrating.
Yeah, like, so please explain to us. Take your time. We have 4 more minutes. We got 3 more minutes. Take your time and please explain to us what terms you find offensive and why. We can close with that. Thank you so much.
So the deaf do not like the following terms: deaf and dumb,
Whoa.
deaf mute, hearing impaired, or calling someone a dummy. We do not like those terms. They are offensive and old-fashioned. That was in the past. We don't use those anymore. What we prefer now, what is more respectful: deaf, hard of hearing,
Yes.
deaf blind, or disabled, if they're deaf and disabled.
Yes, no, understood. And I'm sure Scott and I can say this. The dummy part, we totally understand.
Yeah.
The deaf and dumb, because they play the word dumb, and when you mention old fashioned, I cannot understand why deaf and dumb, because of the interpretation of the word dumb now might seem offensive. But I'm sure hearing impaired is what got my phone going crazy. The hearing impaired. Why is hearing impaired offensive?
Okay, so I'm going to explain.
Yes, please. Thank you.
If a person is hearing impaired, people think, oh, they can hear, and if you call their name, the person is going to hear.
Oh,
But
the
truth is,
expectation.
I cannot hear a single thing.
Okay, the expectation.
Or hearing impaired gives the idea of you have a hearing problem and you need fixing. You are impaired. But really,
Oh.
I am a fully deaf person. For example, Joy, my wife, she is hard of hearing. She can hear, but she has some challenges hearing. So she is hard of hearing.
Oh. And you are married. Congratulations. How many years were you married?
It'll soon be 2 years.
Wow, congrats.
Well, congratulations. And so your wife also knows sign language?
Yes, she does.
Okay, nice. I like that.
Is this not his wife, Sluggy?
Well, so the people,
Never hear keep his
like,
secrets.
listen, right? When they can't see, right? But in here, everybody here pointing.
Like,
I'm the interpreter. I'm also his.
And the interpreter is answering Uncle Sluggy. I know she being mischievous or wicked or naughty. Not wicked, she'll be wicked, naughty. Not wicked, straight that from the record. But I'm asking the questions, Scott, and they're answering. She never declared yes, I'm his wife. Good. Listen, ma'am. Great job today to you. Helping to communicate. And when he mentioned that, for example, the difference, and use his wife as an example, and now I learned the person is you. I also know the challenges you also had in this interview, and you were nothing but phenomenal in helping Scott and I understand what you were trying to say. So I want to salute you. Scott, I can close by saying I want to salute this community. My brother, is a privilege to be working here this evening and having the opportunity to have a conversation like this and learning, because I'm sure we all learned today, hearing impaired is the community would prefer us to not use hearing impaired.
Correct.
The community would prefer us to not use the terms deaf and dumb. And if we are who we say we are, we would very much oblige. So Dario, I can only promise for myself that I will not use those terms ever again, as long as they can help it, especially not voluntary. And if I slip up and use them, I am extremely sorry right now. And I respect what you do this evening, and thank you so much for educating all of Barbados.
Before you go though, Dario, you gotta plug D-Scope and Coconuts. Are you
Bang,
on
bang.
IG and stuff?
You want his
Social.
Instagram handle.
Yeah, plug it, man. Take your time and plug it.
handle?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one, the scope 246. Not together. D and a space scope SCOPE 246 on Instagram. Also the scope on Facebook. And then Coconuts has only an Instagram page, KOKONUTZ 246.
KOKONUTZ 246. Yeah, so that is it. And the score 246. Good. Scott LaRock,
Yes, sir.
your boy Uncle Sluggy, NTI.org.bb. Scott is going to end off the show by giving us that information. And again, Barbados, these courses are all free. And if you want to help the community, you can also learn sign language free. Scott, I appreciate you, my brother. Great show today.
Yo, big up. Remember, going over to nti.org.bb. This week's featured course is Cameras Exposure Photography. You'll learn about the basic functions that most digital cameras have in common. Discover all the accessories that photographers find useful. And we'll also go beyond the technical matters and learn and teach you about how you can make exciting pictures by emphasizing the aspects of frame and vantage point to interpret whole subjects in new ways. That sounds like a lot of course something I am interested in actually. I remember like you said, it's free. It's
You know,
nti.org.bb.
my price.
That's my price too, fam.
Yeah.
All right, there we had it. Another week of Midweek Mindset. Catch you guys again next Wednesday right there, 3:35. Keep it locked to Hot 95.
With the knowledge and skills to the citizens of good character, confident and creative. The angels achieving excellence. In the digital world.
Boy. Boom, 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 boom.
So you will share it, because I would have wanted. Sluggy, I hear too.
I love you though.
Manners.
All the time. People just say big on themselves, NTI. Now we're talking about my NTI, the plug.
Yes.
The plug. That do I can chat with him when I get home. More meetings.
People were messaging on WhatsApp.
Pure love.